14,005 days. 14,005 days is how long it took for the Marcoses to leave Malacanang, the presidential palace, and return. From February 25, 1986, when we ousted the elder Marcos as president, to June 30, 2022, when we swore in the new president, Ferdinand Jr., as president. 41 years, 4 months. And then what happened in the Philippines is a lesson for many, yeah? But for others, it's a looming reality. It could come true, you know? Beware. It's like you ate something, you didn't like it, spit it out. But after 41 years, 4 days, 4 months, you ate it again. You might have thought it's unimaginable, not possible. Oh, I won't do that. But it was. And here's one thing that we have to point out. The Marcoses never really left the Philippines. Ferdinand, Imelda, the kids might have left, fled to Hawaii, but they left the cousins, the uncles, who spread power among themselves, kept to the regional bailiwick in Ilocos Norte. They kept their friends closer. In fact, Imelda ran for president in 1992, lost. Ferdinand Jr., Bongbong, ran for vice president in 2016, lost. But they never lost their eyes on the prize. So Marcos, when he ran, he had very little platform. He mainly promised that the price of rice, an Asian staple, will go down to 20 pesos. Huh? That's just about 34 cents US. Thing is, he didn't say, oh, by the kilo, half kilo, by the cup, or per piece. And so, but it worked beautifully. Yeah? And it became apparent that he was running a slick propaganda campaign, a disinformation campaign, a historical revisionism campaign. He promised to bring back the heydays when his dictator father was president 20 years ago. And it is not as if the Philippines is short of strong men, yeah? The previous president, Rodrigo Duterte, waged a bloody war on drugs, as well as a bloody war on terror. His daughter, Sarah, is Bongbong's vice president now. And this alliance was brokered by a previous president. And so the younger Duterte, the younger Marcos, came into power because of the political elite. So did democracy fail in the Philippines? Yes and no. You know, populist presidents are popular, simply put. India's Modi, Turkey's Erdogan, Brazil's Bolsonaro. Yeah? Sounds familiar? The elder Duterte, the master of performative and emotive politics, left power with 91%. 91, yeah. Popularity rate. And so the people in general, whether real or imagined, support them. But more importantly, they have the right people behind them, the rich and the powerful. Now, the Philippines is a deeply inequitable country. The 9 richest Filipinos own more, are worth more than the bottom 50% of the population. 9 versus 55 million. Centuries of colonial rule and influence, a backward economy, almost semi-feudal system. So the Philippines is rich, but the Filipino is poor. You know, we're the second largest producer of coconuts and pineapples, you know, perfect on pizza, yeah? It is also consistently the largest exporter of people. In fact, we have a labor export policy. Right now, 10% of the Filipino population lives or works abroad. We even have government agencies dedicated solely to regulating overseas recruitment. We have a whole department dedicated to migrant workers. And it is in this context that your survival instincts as a Filipino would set in. How do I get through to another day? So it was a mix of voter conditioning and, yes, vote buying that got Duterte and Marcos in power again. The people made a rational choice. They voted in their best interests as of the moment. Yeah, people sold their votes for 15,000 pesos. When you get to the math, that's about 7 pesos a day for the 6 years that they are in power, 12 cents US. So it is obvious now why the Philippines has the longest running communist insurgency. Yeah? They place a consistent pressure on the government to address systemic problems. And it is partly with this perspective that I cannot say that the People Power Revolution was a revolution. EDSA revolution, the Yellow Revolution, it was not a genuine revolution. I was at EDSA DOS, the second People Power Revolution, they call it, in 2000, where the Filipino people forced out a womanizing, a lying, a corrupt, incompetent president out of power. So I was there. I was so excited. The university had canceled classes. No classes until he steps down. I was hopeful. I thought things had changed. But the woman in power, we put in power, turned out to be not much different. She stayed for 9 years. She lied, cheated, and stole her way. She made extrajudicial killings. Yeah, popular again. But I don't think neither the EDSA nor the second EDSA was a revolution, and that's not yet the best we can give. We have a robust, resilient civil society. They're building houses. They're giving books. They're lawyering for the people. We're battle-scarred, but learning from our mistakes. And we're still, getting ready and comfortable under our skins after 333 years under the Spaniards, 30 years under the Americans, 3 years under the Japanese. We're fighting mentalities. Puwede na, which means and allows mediocrity. Bahala na, which is a way of relying on the fate and the gods. And Filipinos have always looked for a political figure who will show you redemptive hope. Filipinos look for Jesus, who would save them from themselves sometimes. But the Filipino people are young. In 2022, half of the Filipino people, of the voting population, was between the age of 18 and 30. Have the Filipino people spoken? Yes, if we say democracy is about electing people whom people want. But are the Filipino people stupid? Debatable. And so you haven't seen the best of us yet. Give it time, give us time. Maybe we'll soon show you how a genuine people's revolution will be. Thank you.